Hello guys and welcome back to HudRod Automotive for another video of us working on some
really good cars. So today we're back on the Mini. As you know, we tried to fix the clutch with the master cylinder or slave cylinder, but unfortunately it didn't do the job. So we've now purchased a OEM.
Yeah, OEM. I think it is
Standard replacement clutch.
Went for Luke. There was a cheaper one,
Yeah.
but this one had on the old forums. They said Luke, good job. So you know, there we go.
Clutch, obviously rear main to go with that as well.
Look at the state of it in here as well.
Yeah, we cleaned up. We now got a gazebo. We've got an engine stand for some spicy things.
Yeah, I mean we haven't really seen what is going to go on there yet.
Right, we've got a bin.
I mean that's primo. I mean, to be fair, I think we're pretty much garaged up now. We've got a gazebo.
Yeah.
That's massive. It actually looks kind of serious here now.
Yeah, so we've now hopefully got a bit of workspace to do. But the thing is with these cars is, as you can see, there's just stuff. It's
everywhere.
So it's going to be.
I think all of this clear. I mean, we should have taken a picture before, to be honest, of how bad it was. But this whole thing has been cleared out, and I think that was all just procrastination of doing this.
Well, yeah, a little bit. All right, so we're just getting there with the front bumper because, as we mentioned, basically everything that you see here is going to come off out of the way so we can pull the engine. So on mine, I've undone everything, and this is coming off here because obviously the bolt is here. It's supposed to go through that hole to hold it on, but mine's not there. Whereas on this side,
I was so confused.
yeah, on this side the bolt does actually come through, which means this has been off before. So are we going to get any surprises?
Who knows?
Oi, oi. We will find out. But yeah, it's nothing too difficult so far.
So we have now taken off the whole front end, and to be fair, apart from the annoying clips in the mud guard, that has actually been. We took our time with it a little bit more, and that's been pretty carefree so far. That wasn't too difficult to get to this stage.
But I mean, it shouldn't be really, because this is how they do it in the factory. It just goes in like that. Then they put that radiator support on.
Funny you should say that though. I don't know if anyone watches Hoovy's Garage, but in Mini, they suggest to do the clutch with the engine in. But from what we read and what we saw in Hoovy's Garage, your man managed to get it out within an hour, and I can see why. Well,
if you know where everything is and you've done it 10,
yeah,
15,
I can
20
see why.
times.
And then once we've done that, I mean, look at, there's definitely something going on here.
Bro, I mean, it's BMW, so seals.
Oil leaks are just a normal thing. We don't have our engine hoist yet. We do have our new engine stand, but not a hoist yet. So today we're taking everything off we can possibly take off before we have to crane it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at that. That is mad, isn't it? It looks like we've done loads of work, but we've done barely anything.
We've got one of these dividers. We're putting some labels in.
That is serious for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many times we have arguments.
Well, so this was our old one. So we got 3 basically
that
sweet
makes us look
tins.
fat, mate.
Well, yeah, obviously they were over months, not days. But yeah, obviously, so we got these dividers. They're like £7 each or something.
Yeah.
Really cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's keep going.
Now it's starting to get tiring, eh?
It's always the way.
Always the way. So what's been happening?
We just...
A little bit has changed for us, but not much has changed on the camera.
Well, yeah, it doesn't look like much, obviously, because we're just unplugging things. But we've got the exhaust off all the way down the back, which Alex had a lot of fun with. Then loads of stuff around here. So we've got cooling hoses, we've got some random pipes and all sorts, just random stuff.
These shift linkages down here as well, they were pretty difficult.
So
those hoses took us the longest, I think. They took us about 40 minutes just to take those hoses off. It took us less time to take the whole front end off.
You did just pop them off?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it took a lot of force, but they did pop off, yeah.
Oh. So they go back on.
Let's hope that... Well, because we're waiting for the engine hoist.
Yeah, we need to wait for the engine hoist. But that needs to come off. We've got fuel lines that need to come off.
Yeah, it's just fuel lines in that though, isn't it? And then anything else, it might be a couple of sensors.
There's going to be some bits on the back, but we can't actually see it, obviously.
Dog bone, but all the engine mounts, obviously, there's no point doing that until we have the hoist. So
I'm trying to basically get the belt off, and it seems very fun. So I don't
I mean, this is, as belts go, this looks like the most difficult one I've ever seen.
You're a belt man, though. So.
I mean, I am the belt man, but I've done a few of them, but this don't look like fun. So, well, we got to go work this out. So we will get back to you once we have an update, really. Okay, so I was about to say we're back, but unfortunately it's just me today, working on the Mini Cooper S. It's another day, and we actually had a bit of a review and realised there's so much more stuff we still need to do before we take out the engine, like taking the axles out and other things like that. But I have now purchased a Clark 1-ton engine stand, so we are engine hoist, sorry, so we're good for that. So I'm going to crack on, try and get the axles out. We'll start on that and we will see how we get on. So as always with suspension work, it takes way longer than it should for doing, well, I undid the 2 bolts straight away. I was like, oh, win. But obviously the components wouldn't attach, so properly had to hammer those. And you can probably see on the time lapse actually stopped for a little bit because I got a phone call. Still on, tapping away. Anyway, they are now apart, and luckily the drive shaft nut also came off, which actually looks relatively new, so I don't know whether some new drive shafts have gone in recently, but you know, we're still learning these things about this car. I'm gonna jump over to the other side and work on that side, doing exactly the same thing. So I won't bother showing you that because same on this side. And Jeremy just realised now that I've been filming upright, so Cameron's gonna love that. I always forget to do that. Anyway, I have now finished this side as well. So both sides have their lower wishbone and the tie rod off, just to give us enough to pull them away from the drive shaft. So now I'm going to drain the gear oil, or the gearbox oil, and because we'll probably be replacing that, and it just makes it easier when you, because if you don't keep the gearbox level, it's all going to pour out the drive shaft holes anyway. So to keep this driveway from getting any worse than it already is, I'm going to take the gear oil out now, and hopefully that causes a lot less stress than doing those bloody suspension. That took me like an hour, just hammering away. But you just got to keep hammering. It's easy to give up, you just got to keep hammering, and eventually it'll come out. It always helps as well when you've got a bigger hammer. Look at the sweat, oh, nasty. Anyway, time to carry on. So, that was just a nice and easy 8mm hex up there, and that's actually a coolant and oil mix, so don't worry about that. But it did come out really clean, so that is very good. I mean, a bit of a waste, but you know, we'll put some fresh stuff in there, and when we do it, so maybe the changes will be extra smooth. So that's the first one done. Can be a little bit more difficult when it's just yourself, because as you try and push it out of the hub, it goes back into the thing. So anyway, we got there in the end, but did a bit of a leak on this one, so we need to get that boot sealed up, because as I was taking it out, it started farting and squeezing out of this hole here. It looks really rather nasty. I guess that's why, that's when it's mixed with some of the water from the outside, but yeah, not nice. So trying to keep the drive clean, it's not gone that well. The other one, a bit more difficult than that one, because that one just comes straight out. The other one has a half shaft. So for this drive shaft, a bit more involved. First time we're gonna actually have to take off the engine mount. So this dog bone mount here, this, I think this is the power steering cooler, power steering fan, I believe. Someone can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that's steering fan. And then once we've taken the bolts, I don't know if you can see it on here, not really. The bolts up there. There should be a couple of 13mm bolts. I think you can see one there. Holding that in, similar to the Accord, and then we can pull it out all the way. So I'm going to make sure that bit's loose first, and we'll go from there. But unfortunately, not going to be able to film me taking this one out. So as you can see, with this power steering cooler, it is proper oily. And I believe we've got to hope that's not from the power steering, but it doesn't look like it is. It looks like it's from the engine, but it's definitely a relatively serious oil leak. But this is a BMW at the end of the day, so just something you got to deal with. Look at the crustiness on that. So much oil. I mean, my hands are getting absolutely ruined because everything is just caked in oil down the back of the engine. So finally, I've got the other side out, and that was a bit of a pain. I can't lie to you. So basically, here it is. Now, that is actually the bottom bolt, then that bolt, and that's the top bolt. Getting that one back in is going to be a real Horlicks. But you can see also how sweaty and with oil this this drive shaft is as well. And then also, when I took that engine mount off, the whole engine moved backwards and started putting out some more coolant as well, all over my face. So yeah, that's the drive shafts out. We have the two engine mounts on top, obviously, and a couple of fuel lines, a couple of sensors, a couple of bits like that. But I think the majority is now ready to be plucked. So not going to do anything more today, because the next bits, I think I need to put the hoist on, hold the weight up, take the engine mounts off, and then hopefully we can do some bits like the belt tensioner and things like that. But I need a belt tensioner tool to do that. Well, apparently you can persevere with it, but I saw one online for 15 quid, and I thought, if we are going to keep this car for a while, we'll probably do it again and again, especially if we're going to put a bigger supercharger pulley on it later. Anyway, so for now, I think you'll be joining Cameron. Sorry about the delay on videos, or the difference, but just trying to work and trying to pay for these projects. We're buying too many, to be honest. That's probably part of the problem. And also we're just waiting for expensive parts for the Honda. But anyway, Honda's a little trooper. It's over there, it's doing well. Please like, please subscribe if you enjoy this content. Give us some tips and tricks on these minis. And especially the 535D, which is causing to be a little bit of an issue, not a little, just just teething problems is kind of annoying us. But peace out, guys. I'll catch you next time.